In this video, I'm going to talk about automatic record case creation in Dynamics 365 customer service application using guided channel setup. Now, in my YouTube channel, I have already created one video, which is what is automatic record creation in Dynamics 365 customer service, where I talked about what is automatic record creation is. So it is basically automatic creation of case record using email. So if you send an email to an email box, then a case gets created based on the subject line and the description. Okay, so that's basically about it. Okay, and if you see the step, there are like a lot of steps over here which you need to remember before you create that automatic record creation. But sometimes you may forget the steps while creating those automatic record creation process. So in order to simplify that, Microsoft has provided you a simple step guidance. Okay, so I'm in customer service admin center. So what I'm going to do is, like, first I'm going to click on guided channel setup on the left hand side. Now here it will give you an introduction like manage guided setups for channels, use this guided setup to create service ready channel with queues and routing definition. Now, before we even go to this, okay, let's go into Microsoft 365 Admin Center. And from here, if you navigate to Shared Mailbox, I would request you to create a Shared Mailbox first. Okay, so it's a simple process. You just need to click on Add a Shared Mailbox, put some name, put a nice email address so it can be contact at whatever, and then you can call it as contact. Okay, and thereby you can create a shared mailbox. Once you provision a shared mailbox, add members, add owners to that shared mailbox who can open those shared mailbox. Now I have already have an info at my domain name, mailbox, shared mailbox. Now how to open that? You need to just go into Outlook, and then from here you can let me click my name over here, and I'll say open another mailbox, and I'll just type in info. Info will pop up, it will open in a new tab, and I'm under the context of info shared mailbox. So whatever you're going to see over here, this is all info at shared mailbox. Okay, so I have info at shared mailbox already provisioned. Okay, once you have that shared mailbox provision, you can click on here in customer service admin center, click on start new, and say it will give you name the setup. Okay, I'll call it as automatic record creation using email. Okay, so that's my setup name. Now if I click on next, it will ask me for channel type. Okay, what choose a channel to receive support request from your customer. So if customer sends me an email, then I'm going to create a case in the backend system. So let me select email over here. I'll click on next. Now then it will give me a summarized information. I'll say continue setup. Okay. Now from here, if you see on the left hand side, there are like various sections like access, shared mailbox, email queue, case conversion rule, case queue, and routing completion. Now if we see here the independent steps which we have listed over here, it is all present from here. Okay. So in if you like if you go with the manual approach, you need to create it one by one. Okay, but this one gives you that right visit based interface to create those all the plumbing required for automatic record creation. Now here if you see, what it says is like create a user account and assign Dynamics 365 product license. To access the Microsoft 365 admin center, you need someone at your organization to be a tenant admin. So it will give you all those steps and all, but I'm okay with it. I'll click on next. Then it will ask you to assign security role to allow the users to organization specific security role, and it will tell you that the user should have all this users right. So what I'm going to do, I'll go into admin center, and then under users I'll select manage security role and assign it to this particular role group. I've already done that, so no changes for me. I'll click on next. But in case if this is not present in your tenant, please go ahead and do that. Now it says agent mailbox enablement. So it says open mailbox, go to change the view to all mailbox, search, activate, approve. Now these all things are already enabled for me. I've done in the backend. So you can just go ahead and click on next. Shared mailbox. Now it says server profiles keep emails between your email provider and Dynamics 365 sync. Confirm you have an active server profile. Now it has given you all the step. Please follow this step. And once you do that, just click on to proceed successfully. Please confirm that you have validated and synchronized. Click on next. Now Again, we have already created shared mailbox in the backend by navigating this, so we are good with this. Mailbox address confirmation, so maybe I'll just put my info at mlk.onmicrosoft.com. Now, once you're done with it, just click on next. Now it will tell you need to define a queue because the email which goes into the shared mailbox will get passed on to the queue in Dynamics 365. If you want to change the name of the queue, you can, but I'll just say, just for naming purpose, I'll say using info email queue. Let's make that change. Description, if you want to put, you can just copy paste or put some description. I'm good with it. Click on next. Shared mailbox enablement. Now, the next step is shared mailbox enablement. What you need to do is like you need to click on open mailboxes, then you select the mailboxes which has come with it. So I'll just show you the step. So if you click on mailboxes over here, it will open a new tab. You need to find and select the mailbox, and then you need to just activate approve email and test and enable mailbox. So once you're done with that, uh, that particular mailbox which you have just created, okay, it is completely verified by Dynamics, and then Dynamics can use it to route for incoming and outgoing email messages. Okay, now you need to select the filter over here. So there is a filtered view of my active mailbox. You just see all mailboxes, and if you just type info, okay, or whatever you have added within the application. So you can find info, or maybe you can find your name. So it can be anything, you know. Now you can pick up any mailboxes, but in case in our case we have used info. In your case, you can use contact or contact center or whatever it is. What you need to do, you need to go into that mailbox, and the step it says activate, approve, test, and enable. So here, once you select this, you just need to activate first. So click on this, activate this mailbox. So let me activate this, and you can activate over here. Okay, I'll just cancel this out. Once you activate it, you click on test and enable mailboxes, and once that is done, you just click on approve email. Once all these things are done, you just say verified that the test run was successful. You click on next. Okay. Now here it says define an automatic record creation. So what it does is like it creates a Power Automate uh, flow in the backend. So emails in a queue can become cases for agent to manage using automatic record creation. So when email activity is detected in your email queue, you can set conditions to convert them into cases automatically. And then once that is done, you are basically setting a rule. You're creating a rule which says monitor this queue, which we have just created, and the activity type to monitor is email, and the condition name is this. So condition is basically it says if the email message contains data. So email message is not blank, then it will create a case. What is the record to create? Record to create is a case. You click on next, and once that is done, it will create those automatic rule item in the backend. And remember, whatever steps we are doing, if you see in that old video, these all things we created manually, right? Now, those all things are part of this guided channel setup, and it is all creating that in the backend. Okay. So it might take a while because this step is the most important step whereby a Power Automate flow gets created. There's automatic rules which gets established, and then the rules gets has a rule item, it has a condition, it has an action, and once all those plumbings are activated, then you will be sent into the next step of case queue and routing. Okay, now here it says like emails incoming cases can be stored and viewed by agents in a queue. Your converted cases will be automatically routed to the case queue. Now you can define your queue as public or private. For me, I'll not make any change. I'll not put any description. It's good for me. I'll click on next, and it will tell you routing rule set. It says routing rule set basically distribute cases into queues based on rules and criteria you set. Now the default rule has been activated. So there is the default rule which you see over here. It just says if the origin equals email, then just route to queue. And which is that queue? This is that queue. Okay. Now if you have a different channels, if your origin is email or phone or call, then you can have separate rule criteria and you can route it to different queue. Now in our case, I've just created one queue. You can create multiple queue, one queue for email, one queue for phone, one queue for web. And once you're done with that, you just need to click on next. As you see on the left hand side, all the items are ticked. Now it is now provisioning a routing rule set. Okay. Now once this configuration is complete, then it will start activating the rule step. And once it is done, it will say your setup is completed. Now after a while, what you can do is you can actually send an email to this email address, so info at email. So if you are, say I'm logged in as Girish, so what I'll do, I will just type in to info at 0kmlk, and I'll say my PC is not working. Okay, and then I'll say my PC has some issue. Okay, and I'll just click on send. So what will happen after some time is that, this email will go into this particular mailbox, and then if this email box is tracked to Dynamics, if it is has approved the backend plumbing, then what will happen, a case will get created in the backend. So first the case will go into the queue, then you will see a case actually being created in customer service hub application. So this is a basic simple step which will give you a guided implementation of setting up automatic record creation using Dynamics 365 customer service application. Thanks for watching.